Hello everyone. I thought I'd take a little time and make a video for my streaming setup here. I have a streaming setup and I also have a Mac setup. And yeah, I thought I'd show some love to YouTube and viewers and see if they see a lot of these videos that are being made and everything. And I like watching them. Gives you ideas for what you can do for your setup. So I thought I would make a video on my setup, and we'll get started here. If you look right there in the center, that is a Gigabyte 32-inch. That's a 32-inch curved monitor, 165 hertz refresh rate, 1440p. These are kind of considered somewhat of a budget monitor, and they certainly aren't like an LG Gear monitor or anything like that. Some of them $1,000 monitors. This one here cost me $365, and it does very well. I can play not only on my PC with it, but I can use my PlayStation 4. It does very well. The user interface is very easy to use. The colors are pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this thing. I didn't really want to spend $1,000 on a monitor, and I really didn't see the point. So I bought this, and I'm very happy with it. If you look over here to the left, I have one in vertical mode. This one here is an LG 4K monitor, 60 hertz. I use it for chat and Discord and all that good stuff. It's a pretty good monitor in itself. I really I wish they were a little bit cheaper, but they are what they are, and they do very well for what they do. I used to play my PlayStation on this thing. It does pretty well, but now I play the PlayStation on the bigger monitor here, and I enjoy it actually even better. If you look up above it, I have a ring light, of course, and then my microphone right there. Right there is is a Logitech Brio 4K webcam that you have to go into OBS and do a lot of settings and make that thing really nice. And once you do, you get pretty good results. It's a lot of people just pull it out of the box and expect to use it, and then they get disappointed with it. Well, if you're going to use it in OBS, you can use all the filters and everything that's at your disposal, and it works out very, very well. That's what I use in my streams. And then over here I have a C922 ProStream camera from Logitech. It's a good one too. Another camera that you have to go into OBS, and you can do all your filters and stuff like that to set it up properly. And then over here you're looking at my Elgato Stream Deck. These things here are just unbelievable. I love mine. It took a while to learn how to use it, but now it's very easy to use. It's very easy to set up, and I really enjoy it. Right there, well, that's the computer. That's a Phanteks case right there. It's an Evolve. These things here are very easy to build in. You can actually build two systems in this case. It has an 8700K 6-core 12-thread processor. I do have a little bit of an overclock in it, not too much. It's cooled by a 360 millimeter radiator, AIO from Corsair, and then it's sitting on a Z390 motherboard. It has 32 gigs of memory, along with an RTX graphics card, RTX 2070. Wish I can get a 3070, but you know how that is right now. This is an MSI graphics card. I have 1 terabyte of NVMe M.2 SSD, and then I also have a 4 terabyte hard drive for all of my games and backup and all that good stuff. And then if you look over here, I'll look behind my laptop real quick. is my PlayStation. That's a PlayStation 4 Pro, and I do stream with it from time to time. Not too much, but I've had it for a number of years and it's served me well. That's another thing I like to update. I would love to get a PlayStation 5, but man, you just can't find one. And there's no sense in paying 3 times what they're worth. That's just not smart. So I will wait. I'll wait until I can get one at a reasonable price and update the, get rid of this one, maybe sell it or something like that. But so far it's served me well. Right here is my streaming PC. My streaming PC is a laptop, and this is an MSI GS65. This one here has a i7 9750H. This is a 6-core 12-thread processor, and it also has 32 gigs of memory, along with an RTX 2060 graphics card. What I like about this laptop is the panel. The display on this thing is a 1080p panel. It has 240 hertz refresh rate, so it's very, very smooth. This thing does very well also for gaming. I use it mostly for streaming. It's my streaming PC. But when you're gaming with this panel, it's very smooth, very, very bright, very, very nice, very nice to game on. I'm thoroughly pleased with this laptop. And then over here, we can come on over here to my, this is my Mac setup. And my Mac setup has, I have the new M1 Mini, and it's hooked up to another LG 4K monitor. It's identical to the one I have over there. And I use the Logitech Master Keys along with the Master 3 mouse. I don't care too much for the Apple peripherals. I just can't use their mice. Their mouse gives me hand cramps, and I really don't care for them. So these are really, really nice. The batteries last a long time, and I just like these better, much better. And I got an Elgato Stream Deck hooked up to this one too, although I don't really have it set up too much. If you look back there, you will see the M1 Mini. And then right here is my MacBook Pro M1. And these things are really come a long way. I've never been a big fan of Apple MacBooks. They've always been kind of junk. They've had a lot of problems, keyboards failing on them, a lot of things wrong with them. And they were always too expensive. I never could justify the price on those things. I know a lot of Apple fans out there that probably hate what I'm saying, but now they got the M1 in these things, and they've done a lot of work with other things for the quality on these MacBook Pros and the MacBook Airs for that matter. I don't mind the touch bar. I actually find it quite useful. But this thing is far, far better than the Macs that were in the past. The MacBooks that were in the past, I never could get into them. So I finally broke down and I bought an M1, and I have not regretted it one bit. It certainly runs rings around any of the MacBooks that were before this one. It does not have enough ports to my liking, only 2 USB-C ports. So I got myself a dock, and it plugs right into those ports, and now I have I got HDMI ports, I got USB 3.0s, I got USB 3. Type C's, I've got SD card reader, full-size SD card reader, and a micro SD card reader. And yeah, you could pick this thing up over at Best Buy for like $50. It's worth every penny. And yeah, I got it on a nice little laptop stand that you can rotate. Those things are really nice. I recommend putting a laptop up on a stand. it ergonomically it makes a lot more sense. I do have another laptop right here. This is a Asus G14 Zephyrus. Everybody knows about these things. These things were like the hot setup. These things have so much going for them with the Ryzen processors. They boot up so fast. Even you know, every time I show one of these things off to one of my friends and they see how fast it boots up, they cannot believe that it's that fast. It's got a 4900HS Ryzen processor. This is an 8-core 16-thread processor. See how fast that thing booted up? And yeah, I really dig this little laptop. It's got 16 gigs of RAM. I wish they would do a better job with the RAM, because one stick is soldered into the motherboard, but it is what it is. You can expand it up to 24 gigs total. It has an RTX 2060 in it. This is a 1080p panel, and it has 120 Hz refresh rate. And believe it or not, I can get about 9 hours of battery on this thing. Once you get the settings right on it, yeah, 9 hours, pretty good. Well, anyway, I thought I would show off my streaming setup and see if you guys would like to watch a video like this of my stuff. And I will see you guys on the next one.